Hi, I'm Shannon Ferrando and I'm doing a how-to video on a subject which I think can be quite interesting. I'm going to be teaching you how to draw and ink a compass rose. If you don't know what a compass rose is, it's essentially the arrow in maps and compasses as well as atlases that points north. But there are many different styles and ways of doing them. So you can be quite creative when drawing or inking them. So what you're going to need today is a thick type of paper, a ruler, a protractor, a rubber or eraser, a calligraphy pen or quill, whichever really floats your boat, a pencil, preferably a H2 pencil as it's lighter, and some ink, obviously. Today we're going to be working towards creating a 16-pointed compass rose. The first thing we're going to do is draw a 13cm long line. Next we're going to use our protractors to find the points that are 90 degrees, 45 degrees, 135 degrees, 22.5 degrees, 67.5 degrees, 112.5 degrees, and 157.5 degrees in regards to the center of our first line. Next we are going to use these points to draw seven evenly spaced lines with a length of at least 13 centimeters each, all going through the center of our first line. With that finished, it should look kind of like this star shape we've got here. Our next line of work is to mark 5 millimeters on either side of the center and draw a small circle about halfway in between. Now we add petals, making sure to keep in the 5 millimeter marks so as not to exceed our 1 centimeter diameter for our center. What we are going to do now is mark two endpoints about a centimeter up the 45 degree and 135 degree lines. Go from the center to find 6.5 centimeters for our 90 degree line. This is the starting mark. Now draw the lines just so. Repeat that step for the other 3 points shown here, so it looks similar to this. Now using your ruler on the lines directly between our already drawn points, you need to mark 4.5 centimeters going from the center. These marks will be our starting point, and the end point will be where the lines we haven't used yet meet our drawn points. For the last 8 lines, we need to put a mark 4 centimeters up from the center. As you may have guessed, this will be our starting marks again. The end marks will be 1 centimeter up from where the medium points meet the long points. Now we just need to tidy up a little by rubbing out the lines outside of our compass rose. Now we're going to draw 3 circles around the compass rose, like this. However, if you do have a compass, I would strongly recommend using this for better results. Next we are going to draw in the points of our compass, like N for north and S for south, etc. You can use whatever font or writing style you want, really. I've just found that writing the letters like so works better with the overall image, as well as really popping when the ink is applied, so I would recommend using a similar style of writing. Now for some ink. We're going to start from the center and work our way out. We need to fill the center circle and then outline our center petals like this. For this part, we will outline our points, basically. However, we will also be filling half of each point to give it a nice, strong contrast. Make sure when filling each point, always fill the same side. Keep it consistent. Be certain to do the long and medium points first, like this. Do the same with the small points. Be careful not to smudge the ink by resting your hands on the paper until the ink is dry. For the circles, keep the inner and outer circle thin. For the middle line, use a more weighted stroke, like so. Next, write in your directions, following your previous drawn guides. Last of all, after the ink is dry, go over it all with your rubber and remove all pencil marks and neaten it up. The finished product should look something like this. There are many different kinds of compass roses. I've just shown you one of the more basic. However, after a bit of practice, you'll be able to branch out and do all manner of interesting designs based around compass roses.